Nearly a decade ago, a man's fantasy became reality in a form never seen before: Kitchen Stadium, a giant cooking arena. The motivation for spending his fortune to create Kitchen Stadium was to encounter new original cuisines, which could be called true artistic creations. To realize his dream, he started choosing the top chefs of various styles of cooking. And he named his men the Iron Chefs, the invincible men of culinary skills. Iron Chef Japanese is Rokusaburo Michiba. Iron Chef French is Hiroyuki Sakai. Iron Chef Chinese is Chen Kenichi. And Masahiko Kobe is Iron Chef Italian. Kitchen Stadium is the arena where Iron Chefs await the challenges of master chefs from all over the world. Both the Iron Chef and Challenger have 1 hour to tackle the theme ingredient of the day, using all their senses, skills, creativity. They're to prepare artistic dishes never tasted before. And if ever a Challenger wins over the Iron Chef, he or she will gain the people's ovation and fame forever. Every battle, reputations are on the line in Kitchen Stadium, where master chefs pit their artistic creations against each other. What inspiration will today's challenger bring? And how will the Iron Chef fight back? The heat will be on!
If memory serves me right, I keep seeing the face of one particular chef repeatedly, both on TV and in the press. One day I saw him hosting a cooking show geared toward young female professionals. In addition, he's also known for producing new styles of food vendor businesses popping up all over downtown Tokyo. This man seems to be the vanguard of current culinary trends in Japan. I felt an appetite to see how good this man's food was. Despite some of my staff members discouraging me upon the idea of pursuing this man, I gave orders to invite this unique chef to my Kitchen Stadium. Introducing today's challenger, media and food business trendsetter and owner of Hirano in Tokyo, Hisama Hirano. I was quite surprised to find out that his training as a chef was quite formal. He began training at 18 at the famous Manchuge Kitchen in Kyoto. A mere 5 years later, he was already good enough to open his own place in his hometown. Once he reached his 30s, he started tasting his first real bites of stardom. He continued to involve himself in trend-setting and original methods for food vendors as well. As if that wasn't enough, he opened a class on formal Japanese cuisine, eventually educating hundreds of students. And most recently, he has been hosting his own cooking shows, which have literally made Hirano a household name.
If your dishes fail to impress a woman, that's not good food. I say to myself, is my food good enough to make young ladies excited?
Of all his endeavors, his heart goes into his head restaurant that is so exclusive it accepts only one party per day. And when it comes to food served in his home territory, he shows no compromise.
I may sound arrogant, but I just look down on chefs who say, oh, I worked at such and such, or I apprenticed under so-and-so. I am Hirano. That's everything.
Some call him the maverick of Japanese food. Let us see and taste for ourselves. So now, Hirano, your achievements led you this far. But now that you are here, prove yourself worthy in a match with my Iron Chefs.
Oh, I plan to win. Yeah. I'm here to win. Of course.
Today, a number of young career women have turned out to watch the Challenger battle here. Our guest is a young career gal herself, TV personality Eriko Kusuda. Welcome to the show.
Good evening.
Kusuda-san?
It's nice to be here.
I wonder if you've ever had cooking classes before, have you?
No, never.
Okay, I didn't think so.
Really? It shows, does
I
it?
guess your mother's a good cook, though. Yeah?
Yes, my mother was a nutritionist, so she did cook a lot at home as well, of course. I know a lot about cooking, but I don't really cook much myself at home.
All right. Well, today you'll have a crash course in high-level cooking, so enjoy it, okay?
Good.
And our commentator, Dr. Yukio Hattori. Doc?
Always a pleasure.
Okay, let's bring on Chairman Kaga.
Iro konomu. この言葉はうちの鉄人たちにも例外ではないようです。しかしファンをどんどん増やし続けている鉄人たちも今日の挑戦者にはかなわないでしょう。食の世界に新しい風を吹き込み流行をキャッチする男。さあ皆さん大きな拍手でお迎えください。和食界の異端児平野Hisama!
All right, entering the stadium, this is no ordinary challenger, and look at the way he's decked out. And listen to the applause coming from the royal box for Hirano, a trendsetter, an entrepreneur, and confident to the hilt.
Nice to see you.
今までで一番この華やかな応援なんですけど。
Right. Makes me happy.
勝負は勝つ自信はありますか？
I'll do fine.
それでは、
Yeah.
我が美食アカデミーが誇る鉄人を登場させましょう。二人だけ蘇るがいいアリアンシェフ。
Making their ascent into Kitchen Stadium, the nation's culinary leaders, your Iron Chefs. Iron Chef Chinese Chen Kenichi. And Iron Chef French Hiroyuki Sakai. Even without Iron Chef Japanese Michiba, here they stand, the invincible men of culinary skills.
チンと酒井。どちらもファンが多いんですが、どちらかというと、チンの方が女性ファンが多いようです。さあ、どちらと戦いますか？
Chen-san.
All right, Chen it is. Hirano trying to make a splash, taking on Iron Chef Chinese Chen Kenichi, the Szechuan sage, son of the god of Szechuan cooking Chen Kenmin. His lineage, talent, skills, and fiery creations have led him to the top of Chinese cuisine in Japan. Today, challenged by Hirano with his legion of female fans in attendance.
OL たちから愛されている挑戦者にどんなテーマを出そうか私は悩みました。 OL の好物といえば甘いもの。しかしこれはデザート対決ではありません。あの甘みが魅力の海の幸にしました。それでは発表します。今日のテーマはこれです。 今日のテーマはウニ。
All right, a maverick among Japanese chefs, many of whom envy all the media exposure he's gotten. Iron Chef Chen and challenger Hirano before a packed house, duking it out with Sea Urchin. We are set. Let's get it on.
あれクイズン。
Bang a gong, we are on, and an intriguing matchup underway, cross-cuisine battling and philosophical differences to boot. And with all the young ladies on the scene today, kind of looks like a lunch hour on a workday.
It does.
All the girls here definitely in Hirano's camp. Up there, they're going to be rooting for their man today.
Hey, you have to cheer for both sides.
He wants him to be fair.
All right, Chen lobbying for some support. He'd like to hear some cheering come his way.
Okay, can you hear that?
All right, Chen getting some attention from the young ladies on that side. The royal box on both sides, a bevy of young beauties from Tokyo today.
Do you start cooking uni with the shell on?
Oh,
Is that
yeah,
how that-
definitely.
Wow, that's a lot of work.
Okay, and only one type today, I take it?
Right, this one's called Northern Purple Sea Urchin.
Oh, uh-huh.
So
All right.
they're caught during the summer and fall just off the northern island of Hokkaido.
Oh,
All
I
right,
see.
that's the
There's some other well-known types as well. But,
Okay, and now,
see.
hey, take a look, check this out.
oh, that looks good. Tasuki is what we call this.
Man knows he looks good and wants to look good for the cameras today. Challenger Hisama Hirano definitely has some star appeal. Yes, from the floor, Shinichiro to go.
Yeah, I asked Challenger Hirano what strategy he had in mind for today's battle, and he was very provocative. He said, I know I'm called a maverick, and I like that, but today I'm also a rising warrior going against a giant named Chen-san. In order to win, I'll have to use a little guerrilla warfare.
Wow, Hirano has an idea of what he's up against, though, and against Chen, and knows he'll have to be a giant killer to win this one.
You can see him now making some broth. there.
Okay, Hirano starting in first with some broth making, the kelp in that one, and now the Iron Chef side, and over here starting to split it open.
Yeah, look at this. Wow.
Gosh, that easy.
Yeah,
wow.
these guys are good.
One of the assistants there, I think.
Right,
I've
yeah.
never seen this before.
Yeah, normally you
Done
do
like
it from
this.
the other side.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's doing it head up if you notice.
Okay, now here's Hirano doing it.
Okay, now he's doing it the more conventional way. You can see that.
All right.
Yeah. You work with the side with the mouth normally, right?
Okay.
And so use the head, not the head, but the bottom, and you cut
yes.
it open
Not
on
very
that
good.
side.
Now you hear that? Saying that they're not so good. I wonder if that one or several of them, I don't know
It's
yet.
one of those things you don't know until you open it.
Okay, well, that's what
Oh,
we heard him
really?
say. And now over to Chen's side. Now, don't know what's in the blender right there.
Is that like tofu or something? I couldn't
Fukusan?
see.
Yes.
Yeah, all the Iron Chef has in his blender so far is just evaporated milk.
Oh, evaporated
okay.
milk.
All right,
Okay.
that's it.
That's interesting.
And now he's added soy milk as well.
Okay, so a combo of some evaporated and soy milk. And now, look here.
Oh, some sea urchin from a box.
Loading it in.
Already out of the shells.
Yeah, so they had uni in shells and some already extracted stuff.
Okay, I'm getting a little worried about this. It could be an ice cream.
Sea urchin ice cream, huh?
Oh, no, it can't happen.
Okay, but it looks like some dessert prep work.
Yeah.
And I've heard he's very much into machines, and he seems to be in love with that ice cream machine, so I don't
And
know.
recently, yes. Now potatoes here.
Right, doing a little hexagon cut there.
Fukusan?
Okay, yes.
Yeah, you might have noticed when the theme ingredient was announced, the challenger made a fist in front of his face, so I asked him if he did that because he was happy with the ingredient. He replied, no, I was just posing, mugging for the camera.
Always playing to the cameras. Hey, maybe he's trying to parlay his cooking career into an acting career. I tell you, he might be better than some of the actors I've seen out there, you know? Challenger Hirano now at the... Whoa! Flamola, courtesy of the Iron Chef over there.
Fukusan?
Yes.
In the wok, the Iron Chef is now frying stringed daikon radish, which was boiled earlier.
Okay, daikon fired up in the wok and getting into some flammable action in the early going of this one. Iron Chef Chinese Chen Kenichi.
So maybe adding some soup to this later on?
Ooh, man alive. 4-footers right there.
Okay, now take a look here. I think he's dumped the evaporated milk in this.
What do you know?
How surprising. I wouldn't
Okay,
expect
well,
that.
at least we're thankful it's not ice cream.
Okay, evaporated milk and soy milk added to some stir-fried daikon, uni in it too.
Wow.
A novel approach, this one.
Yeah, it's got a very creamy look to it, doesn't it? It should be a really good match with the sea urchin roe.
All right, and now the challenger and skewering something right
I
there.
believe those are scallops.
All right, and over an open flame.
Yeah, that's a very simple grill he's got going.
Okay, going to get some style points for this one.
Grill them and maybe put some sea urchin sauce on them?
He could do something like that, yeah, very
yeah.
possible.
Okay, now aren't
That'd be
those
good.
skewers going to get hot holding them like that?
Yeah.
He hasn't been holding them there that long. He should be okay.
Hey, my experience, they get hot in a hurry.
You guys know what you're doing.
All right, Hirano with some words of praise to his assistant, spreading the good cheer there on that side. Likes what they're doing so far.
That's good.
You know, this guy, he not only knows how to sweet talk the ladies, Kasuda-san, but he also knows how to motivate the men, Doc.
It's important.
All right, and still holding on to those skewers.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, and now the Chen here,
Okay, Iron Chef side, yeah.
stir-fried daikon.
Perhaps in the oven with these?
All right, 15 minutes gone, a quarter of the way into this one.
Okay, oh, I see.
Maybe like a gratin there.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Okay, sea urchin gratin.
I've had one before, yes.
Right,
it
some
could be
places do serve that.
Right.
You're correct.
Fukusan?
Yes.
I was just handed some unconfirmed information that Chen-san is chilling some content jelly.
All right, Chen, chilling some jelly there.
Okay, interesting.
Who said I'm chilling it? Well, I'm still
Isn't he
melting
heating
it
it up?
down now.
Oh,
Not
okay.
chilling him yet. No way.
Okay, we see that.
okay.
Yeah, got that straightened out right there. Okay, now look
Now,
here.
check out the challenger here.
Yeah,
These are
what
rice
is
crackers,
that?
aren't they?
Ah, are they?
Okay, I think he's going to use that to maybe coat something for frying, perhaps?
That is sometimes done. Yes.
Fukusan.
It is, yes.
Now, I've also been told, and this is confirmed, the challenger says he thinks he could complete 8 dishes today. Back to you.
8 dishes. Wow.
That would be a record, would it not?
Right.
7 or...
Someone must have told him that. A few times the chefs have targeted 8 dishes, but so far in the history of Kitchen Stadium,
No one's done it. They've all failed miserably.
Challenger Hirano says he's going to try and complete 8 dishes, and if he can, that would be a new Kitchen Stadium record. We shall see if he can do that.
Interesting if
And
he
now
can do
here the yam potatoes, breaking them up.
Yeah, he's mashing them slightly. So maybe the sea urchin will be coated on top of these?
Okay,
perhaps?
or how about coating some portions of them with the rice crackers and then a fry job?
Not a bad idea for frying, yeah.
Right.
You're right, I think he will fry them.
Oh, look.
Chen, stirring this one.
Okay, I think he added this to the kenten jelly.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
sea urchin into the
Yes,
gelatin.
right about
Yes.
that.
Yeah, let me tell you what the Iron Chef is doing here. The yellow mixture started out in the blender as egg yolks and sea urchin. He then added salt, soy sauce, Chinese rice wine, and now he's poured the whole thing into the jelly mix.
Wow.
Okay, but with soy and salt, any sweetness would be neutralized.
Right, so it's going to be almost like a terrine type dish.
Oh, very interesting. Yeah.
Okay, or how about this? Perhaps he could be making tokoro-ten.
Oh, really?
Okay, so terrine like in texture, but noodles in form.
Right, squeezing it out of the device right here.
Very good call. I think you got it there.
How
Okay.
fascinating.
Yeah, so you'd be eating it just like noodles then.
Wow.
Okay, so the next thing we need to find out is
Right.
what sort of dip is coming up.
Okay. And now let's see on the other side, Challenger Hirano, close quarters work, slicing up this red snapper, I believe.
Okay, I think he's probably going to be making ikomi.
What is ikomi?
Yeah, like sandwiching it between the snapper.
Ah,
Yeah,
right.
so he's
okay.
planning to do that with the sea urchin, I imagine.
Most probably. That makes sense.
Okay, and then grill it afterwards.
Right, I think that would be the way to go.
Sounds good.
Does, yeah.
Okay. Yep, you are right.
Ah, yes.
Sea urchin roe going in right there.
Okay, I'm going to change my mind. He's going to steam this.
Steam it then.
Changed your mind?
Okay, now what's
What is
this
this
here?
Yeah,
Isn't that a
exactly.
wafer?
You mean those for wrapping
Fukusan?
medicine?
Yeah.
Those
Yes.
kinds?
Yes, they are medical wafers,
Oh,
Wow.
my goodness.
Hey, no, I'm so good at this. It's a curse, really.
Hey, you've just gotten to first base. Now you got to score the run.
Hey, what is that supposed to mean? I think I'm doing all
I
right
mean,
here.
tell us what they're for.
Well, he'll wrap something.
That's it? Nothing else?
Fukusan!
Yes.
As you can see now, Iron Chef Chen has moved on to making the noodles now.
All right.
Let's see.
Sea urchin noodles in addition to the jelly-like item that Chen is making, and look at him work.
Oh, yeah, and the jelly will probably be used as an appetizer once it's been chilled, yeah.
Okay.
That's my guess.
And Fukusan?
Yes?
A follow-up from the Iron Chef side, Chen-san seems to be using a lot of eggs today. Our staff says they've counted at least 20 already.
Wow.
Who says who?
20, wow.
Breaking
You're
it.
making things up.
Hold it.
I've only used 12.
Okay, 12, Juni
Okay,
in Japanese.
12, not 20. Now
I
we
will use
got
8 more, though.
12, 20, still a lot. But eggs and sea urchin must match up well, right?
Well, they are both eggs, after
Yeah.
all. aren't
Hey,
they?
who told you to do that? I didn't tell you to do that.
They do match well, you're right, yeah.
I said, give me 2 cucumbers, 2
I've had them
cucumbers.
together.
Hey,
They
get
match
with it.
very well,
Get a
you
grip,
know?
guys.
Yeah.
All right.
Do something. Do something. Go.
They are trying to get it together over there on Chen's side.
You gotta get a grip. And I say that to myself, too. I'll take care of these.
Oh,
Okay?
boy.
What was all that about, I wonder?
No idea.
All right, now with Hirano.
Okay, oh, I see. Putting the skewers right into this.
Okay.
right, sure.
I'd say grilling it, Doc.
I know what you're getting at.
I mean, you don't do that with the skewers. You don't steam it.
True.
Oh, and the item he had there.
Okay,
before,
now getting the mix added to
potatoes,
it.
The mashed
Oh,
ones.
right, the potatoes, okay.
He's adding sea urchin sauce
Okay,
to those, it looks
boiled
like.
potatoes broken up, then mixed with sea urchin
I
sauce.
see, yes.
Okay, anyone got the answer to this yet?
Not yet.
See, I think the thin wafers will go with this right here.
Why? What?
Hang on.
Wait, wrapping this in the
I
wafers,
said
do you
think.
Okay.
Think.
I think he'll do it thin. All right, 30 minutes gone into the second half of this sea urchin battle,
Frying or not, I'm not sure. now.
or sea urchin croquettes.
Okay, well, now Chen started chopping up his noodles here. Look at this.
Okay, rapid fire action and look by hand, yet so even the noodle width.
I couldn't even begin to try.
Unbelievable. The size of the width of the noodle, so consistent, and says a lot about his ability to slice away over there.
Yeah, and these noodles should taste so good.
Sea
The
urchin noodles.
Yeah,
Oh, it should be
right.
amazing, yeah. And they have a very nice aroma to it as well.
Yes,
What do you think? You'll serve them in a soup?
That would be the logical
Okay,
guess.
and man alive, look at Chen. Someone over there, hand him a towel, please. Iron Chef sweating up a storm.
Oh, he's been putting a lot into those
Never
noodles.
seen him sweat
more
soak
than we
like
want.
this halfway through the battle.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he's doing a lot of work out there by himself.
Stepping on the gas today.
Definitely, yeah.
All right, now over here.
Oh, the wafers.
Okay, thin plastic
On
sheets
the
there,
challenger
wafer
side,
sheets.
He's placing raw sea urchin roe on them. on the
Okay,
sheets.
I'll
It's
have
a
to
totally
say
different
I missed
batch
that one,
there.
sorry.
Okay.
Ah.
Okay, I see, yeah.
Yes, see? There you go.
Okay, the dip there.
So this
Right.
is what he had in
Egg
mind.
whites in there.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay. So I think I was right about the frying part, though.
Yeah.
With rice crackers covered on the
Right, but
around them for
I didn't get the
frying.
ingredients, so
So the
I got
wafers
the
are for
process
keeping
right.
the shape together for that process, right?
Okay, yes, that's the idea. I guess you don't want it moving around when it's being fried.
Right,
Okay, I
right.
see.
All right, now what else they got happening over there on the Challenger side? What do we have here? These maybe for frying too?
Well, I thought these would go with the wafers, but no, never mind.
Dumplings?
I don't know. I don't know.
Could say that.
But,
I
you know,
have a hunch that he'll steam these.
But yeah, not so smart to have so many fried items, though. But the steaming is a
Okay.
good possibility, sure.
And there are the yam potatoes with the sea urchin and eggs.
You're thinking he'll steam this, yeah?
Don't know. He's shooting for 8 dishes, and so far we've seen a number of them in
He
progress.
fried it.
Fried dumpling.
Okay, no.
Potato
what was
balls.
this again?
The mashed
Okay.
Yam potato dumplings.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
all right.
Okay.
Well, I said he wouldn't have another fried item, but once again, I'm wrong.
Sea urchin coated by rice crackers
I'd
should
say
be
so,
fried.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, there are 2 fried items.
Those are to be fried, I think,
That's
right?
normally the way you do it.
Okay, now
Yeah.
Chen at the
Squeeze, huh?
stove. Yes.
Yeah, I asked Iron Chef Chen how he was going to serve the noodles he made, and his reply was, I haven't decided yet. He says, I'm not sure I'm going to have warm or cold. You'll just have to wait and see.
All right,
Wow,
thanks.
not decided yet.
Okay, well that's
okay.
normal, and
Really?
that's why my job is so tough here, right? Like a lot of you people talk about my batting average, but how can you not strike out when these guys change their mind halfway
You
through?
just like them straight and over the plate.
Just get off my
choice
back.
would
Can't
be
handle
cold
the
noodles here.
change-up. Man, look at the beads of sweat, inspiration mixed with
Gosh.
perspiration today. Iron Chef Chen, and what's that there?
Who was that for?
I think they
Hold
were
on.
yelling Taisho. Yeah, which is kind of like a champ, I guess is how you'd say it in English. It's a nickname for the challenger.
He's got some
Squeeze on.
cheerleaders out there. Yes.
Challenger Hirano, a little more calm now, spoke to us about his dishes, saying, I was actually joking when I said I'd have 8 dishes. I revised that down to a realistic number of 4.
Well, I wonder if he was just pulling our leg all along. He got mine, 8 dishes, and now we're down to 4.
That's
Got us
yeah,
all fired up for that.
That's quite the reduction there. Yeah.
All right, or maybe playing a head game with the Iron Chef, try and rattle Chen.
Maybe so.
Like he said, it's got to use guerrilla tactics.
That's true.
If so, I wonder why he came clean.
I see.
Now, here he goes with this
here
one.
we go. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
hold it. Look,
Okay. Well, you see this done in Chinese cooking quite often, yeah.
pouring heated oil over it.
Right.
Ah, yes, I have seen this.
Normally, you do this using boiling water, and he's frying it in that style here. Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, what's the difference with deep frying it in the pot?
Well, by doing it this way, the air hits it intermittently, yeah? And it gives you a crispier finish on the surface, and you can also do a visual check as to how you're doing. If you do it actually inside the pot, like a deep frying, the inside tends to get a bit
Right.
overcooked.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's trying to pour oil primarily on the skin only here.
Cooked up nicely.
Yeah.
And that is also not to overcook the
Right.
sea urchin
Keeps it from
inside,
getting greasy,
probably.
right.
Yeah,
Pretty
by the
sharp,
oil
this guy.
penetrating inside.
And by heating the skin only, you try to do with fish, that's what you try to do when you're sandwiching things in the fish.
Just the
I have
surface.
certainly learned something already today.
All right.
Okay, and now again, this is more of a Chinese technique using duck meat, things like
Okay,
that.
but now over here, check it out. Chen, his noodles are off and being mixed with something right there.
Yeah, I noticed that, and it's a spicy sauce. I think he was
So
making
that
earlier, right?
suggests it will not be a soup noodle with the sauce mixed into it already there.
Right, good point.
Fukuza?
Yes.
Another report just in from Iron Chef's side. We've been told that he's going to use sea urchin shells as his bowls.
All right, thanks. And right there, and the
Ooh,
noodles going
right.
in them.
Well, it looks
okay.
nice.
That's a
It's
good
very
idea,
nice. That's a
yeah.
very interesting bowl
And
he's got.
Kind of adds to the overall
Right?
theme, doesn't
Sea urchin noodles served in
Yeah.
sea urchin
It
shells.
looks so good.
How about that?
Ooh.
And now here we've got
Oh, okay. That's the red
Rolling
snapper.
up
Okay.
the sea urchin.
rolling up sea urchin and
Yep.
sashimi slices of
Yes.
red
Right,
snapper.
this is a very typical Japanese approach here.
And a great combo, even if it is a conventional approach, and maybe with soy sauce.
I'm not sure, right?
Taster's choice.
Yes. I'd say soy sauce with wasabi, maybe.
Or lady's choice today, but I thought he'd pour some kind of sauce over there.
I don't think that's done yet. I
thought
think he's
so
going to
too.
add
Get
some
rid of
sauce,
some-
definitely. Yeah.
Okay, down to 15 minutes left, and this is on the Iron Chef side.
This is Chen, yeah?
Yep,
Okay.
sea urchin in there.
Fukusan?
Eggs?
Yes.
Yes, this is a mix of beaten eggs, sea urchin roe, and salt.
I see.
Got it.
Sea urchin omelet then.
Looks like
kind
it's
of.
scrambled there.
So a little bit of rice, and we'll have some fried
Oh,
rice.
it's not fried rice all the time.
No, not today.
But he could mix this into a rice, not necessarily make a fried rice.
Well, have they gotten any rice ready over there?
I'm not sure. Anybody, you know?
Chen will not be making any fried rice today.
That's what he said, not today.
Okay, he does have 2 types of noodles, so he's got enough noodles over there.
Fukusan!
Yes.
The Iron Chef is preparing rice on his side.
So he does
okay.
have some.
Okay.
All right, it means I'm still alive. That could happen.
Could you call it fried rice?
Well, it'd be a chahan of sorts, sure.
Right, it ought to be a fried rice.
Yeah, you'd think so.
Fukusan?
Yes.
But it's definitely not for a fried rice dish.
Okay.
Okay, so you called it then.
Okay,
All
so
right.
it's not fried rice?
Not fried rice, something else.
How did you manage to know that?
I heard him say so.
Oh, really?
But it ought to
Yeah.
taste great as a fried rice, don't you think? We could do it.
Yeah, that would be.
Okay,
Mixing.
now, but he is adding the cooked rice
he's
here.
mixing
Okay,
rice into
but
it.
not going to be fried,
Not
just mixed.
mixed in the wok.
Okay.
No.
Okay. All right. So, you know, he could roll it up almost like a sushi type
Think so?
Right.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Now back over on the challenger side, Hirano looks like he's removing the toothpicks that were holding the red snapper together. Remember, he just poured hot oil over the fish suspended above the wok and a crispy surface with creamy sea urchin inside.
Yeah, it looks like it's cooked very nicely. Very skillful job there.
Look
and
at that.
inside, still rare,
Yes.
as you can see. He did a great job. Amazing.
Just from the cooking technique.
Right. Yeah, just with the oil.
Wow. And he's slicing them to make it easy for us to eat.
Bite-sized pieces there ought to be good.
I know.
A real treat awaits the
Should be
tasters.
amazing flavor, yeah.
Okay, now over to Chen, and he's added flakes of dried seaweed right here.
Oh, so it's like the chirashi style sushi,
Okay,
right?
you could call this sea urchin rice.
Yes, I
And
suppose
it's
one
going to have a
could.
pretty overwhelming seafood aroma in
Sea
there.
urchin rice, Chinese style. Now 10 minutes left, and hearing that, Chen stepping it up right there.
Hang on a second. He's adding honey?
Chen, the assistant, and getting that honey out. Yes.
So sea urchin in honey. Okay, a dessert? Anyone?
You think?
Well, see, he's dumping it in here.
Oh, yes.
Well,
boy.
definitely gonna sweeten things up right there.
It's true, it's going to do that.
Really?
Loaded with sweet stuff.
That's for sure, yeah.
Honey smothered sea urchin.
Doesn't quite sound right, doesn't it? I don't like that name. I think we need to find a new name.
Well, maybe Chinese people do it like this, you know?
Okay.
They
I
do
don't
their
know.
Hey,
sweets.
look, one of the assistants has a torch back there.
Full
Okay.
of action today.
Now,
I
hang
like
on.
this.
This is not making
fun.
sense now.
Okay, go ahead and torch these. Let's do it.
What are they gonna do?
Wow.
Oh, I see. Oh, this is what he wanted to do. Okay, he's going to almost like caramelize the item now, you know?
My goodness.
I don't understand.
Well, you know, if you torch that, all the moisture goes away, right? And it comes out looking and smelling like caramel, basically.
Right, but the problem is it's sea urchin. On the jelly, maybe, do you think?
That's
or
the
what?
only place it would probably fit, isn't it?
Could be, yeah.
All right, now back with Hirano, and look.
And he's the one making the fried rice.
Okay, fried rice.
Yes, Hirano adding a sea urchin sauce to the rice and cooking that up right now.
Now, I think the sauce was used for something else, wasn't it?
Yes.
About the challenger's fried rice, the sauce that he added from this bowl is a simple blend of sea urchin and light soy sauce, and that's it.
All right, thanks, Ota.
Okay, I
Okay,
see.
And now,
Simple
looky
enough.
here, Chen has added some sea urchin roe on top of his rice.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Is this it?
I think those are the sweetened ones, right?
Yeah,
The torched ones, right?
right.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, that's the
A sweet
the torched
item
stuff.
aboard the rice.
Okay, well, I didn't call this, and I never would have either.
This is so creative.
Now, the Iron Chef's gratin, I think, is finished.
Okay,
Isn't it?
sea urchin gratin right there up close.
And it looks kind of hot, too. You notice that?
Yes, hot temperature-wise. And how about the flavor? Maybe akin to Italian, perhaps? No?
No, not a hope. It's going to be Chinese in flavor, I'm
Well,
sure.
he does have cheese in it, right?
Yeah, a mysterious
but-
mix of cheese and eggs and sea urchin and milk was in there
Okay,
as well.
hang on
I
just a second here. I think the challenger
Okay,
just
his
finished up
fried
something
rice, they're spooning it into sea
I
urchin
see.
shells.
So it's rice in the shell.
Okay, Chen used the shells to house noodles, Hirano for his rice.
You know, we've got quite the contrast happening here. Iron Chef's just finishing up his jelly here.
Okay,
too.
sea urchin flavored jelly, and
you were
here he
right.
goes
He's using the noodle shooter.
for shaping the Tokoro 10 form.
Just as you said, Hattori-san. Good job.
Well, actually,
Called it.
I saw the device sitting on the table, so I pretty much couldn't miss that one.
What about that initial cut? Too big?
Well, he eyeballed the inner measurement, so I think he'll be okay.
He chopped it just to the right size.
Right, yeah.
okay.
Now we'll have to see if it goes in okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
no,
awaiting
exactly.
that first block to go in.
Then again, if he's a bit off, it could pretty much wreck the whole
Right.
thing.
Yeah,
So it
no.
might be a little bit too
This
big
is
for
a
that.
difficult task. It could crumble.
Not much to spare.
Yeah, very
No, you
easily.
get one block per person.
Ooh.
Okay, so he's made the noodles per serving. Is that what he's
Okay,
got?
they've got
Sure.
Tokoro 10 in China.
Oh,
Hang on, what's this?
yeah.
What's up here? He's going to pass on it?
Oh, I see. He'll do it in front of the tasters.
All right.
Okay.
Do it come tasting time.
Yeah.
Fukusan!
Yes.
Yeah, I've got a list of ingredients for the dip for the jelly noodles. The list says hot bean paste, Chinese rice wine, soy sauce, sugar, salt, pepper, sesame seed oil, and chili sauce. Once again, this is for dipping the noodles into.
Okay, so he's going to squeeze it out of this then.
All right. This will be the dip. And
Okay.
when he serves them, correct?
I don't know. He'll do it soon, I imagine, though. Would
Okay.
he? Yeah.
Looks
he's
like
doing
now.
it now.
Okay, watch it. Here we go. Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh, it's
Okay.
beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like little squid strips there.
Good job. Very pretty.
All right.
And Chen high stepping back there.
Ooh,
Taste
how
test.
is
All right,
it there,
Ann.
Chen-san? I
Yeah.
wonder.
Maybe a little more of that.
Well, I'm sorry, didn't catch that?
He didn't look entirely happy,
All
whatever
right,
it
a
was.
minute to go. The final 60 seconds. Sea urchin battle. All uni all the time. Non-stop power play with another pricey theme ingredient. A pumped up Iron Chef jumping around in the last minute of this one. He's had it on overdrive all the way, working as hard as we've ever seen him work in a battle.
You know, and he's totally dressed appropriately for the theme ingredient, isn't he?
Color coordinated. That's the way it's worked out for the Iron Chef and today's theme ingredient, taking on the challenge of Hisama Hirano, who knows he's charged with trying to knock a giant off his pedestal, even going as far as trying to use what he calls guerrilla tactics against the Iron Chef. Hirano coming into Kitchen Stadium confident, borderline cocky, having declared, "I am Hirano, that's enough." And look at Chen, what a workout he's gotten. 10 seconds left. Hirano fooling all of us earlier, saying he was going to shoot for 8 dishes, but he's only going to have 4. A psychological ploy, perhaps, against the Iron Chef, but he looks to have stayed true to his own game plan. Final seconds tick down, and that's it. The cooking's done. The sea urchin battle is over.
How was that hour for you?
Oh, a lot of fun.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Now, first you said you were shooting for 8 dishes, but then you revised that and gradually settled on 4. But
I was very motivated.
more of a goal then? And how about those 4?
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Good. You had quite a workout.
My brain is filled with sea urchin
Don't
now.
even want to think about them, huh?
We don't use this every day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so a lot of the dishes are ad lib, not Szechuan style.
Really?
I just made things up from the top of my head, try to
Huh.
accentuate the flavors of the ingredient, texture. My brain
Wow,
is fried.
I see.
I'm exhausted.
And you used a torch. How's that dish?
I wanted to look like Morimoto.
Yeah?
Challenger Hirano is offering 4 dishes. First, seafood salad sea urchin sauce, combining the very best in seafood. The sea urchin sauce adds depth to the red snapper fillet, a perfect appetizer to begin a meal in summer. Sea urchin dumplings, a dish showing his formal training in traditional high-class Japanese cuisine. The creamy texture of sea urchin and potatoes matches well with poppy seeds. Fried sea urchin roe, uni wrapped in a thin rice wafer, coated with rice crackers and deep fried. It's paired with red snapper with sea urchin sandwiched in it, which has a crispy surface and creamy sea urchin inside. Last, sea urchin rice with a wonderful in-shell presentation. The dish is a most effective way of accentuating the natural flavor of sea urchin and a great way to wrap up. Iron Chef Chen is offering 5 dishes. First, sea urchin noodles, served cold in a sea urchin shell. The chilled noodles are a wonderful match with the texture of the sea urchin. It's simple, yet has a sophisticated flavor. Second, spicy sea urchin and shellfish salad, which has a marvelous color scheme. The strong smells of sea urchin and shellfish are softened by the ribbons of cucumber, which he uses to house the offering. Baked radish and shark's fin with sea urchin sauce. It's a Chinese flavor gratin. Under the Parmesan cheese, Chen has a layer of skillfully seasoned radish and shark's fin. The 4th dish, sea urchin jelly, served creatively in the form of Japanese-style jelly noodles. It's not just the texture and color of the jelly noodles which succeed. His special dip using soy and vinegar also succeeds, elevating this incredible offering. Last, Chinese sea urchin rice. He chose not to fry the rice. Additionally, he added sweetened grilled sea urchin, finished by torching it, something he'd always wanted to try. He's become a household name with his TV cooking show and his string of popular new-style eateries across Tokyo. A maverick who's taken his formal training in traditional Japanese cuisine and blazed his own path. Today's challenger, Hisama Hirano. He's brought in his female fans to view a culinary clash against Iron Chef Chinese Chen Kenichi. Chairman Kaga unveils the theme, something for the ladies, something sweet from the sea, uni, sea urchin roe. Challenger Hirano resorts to guerrilla tactics and fashions a quartet of dishes. Iron Chef Chen, having a wild go of it, finishes with the set of 5. And now the moment of truth, tasting and judgment. On the panel today for the sea urchin battle are food photographer Osamu Nishikawa, TV show hostess Eriko Kusuda, and culinary critic Asako Kishi. First, the dishes of Challenger Hirano.
So this is a combination of high-quality lobster, sea urchin roe, and red snapper. A proven formula for a guaranteed flavor.
I did add a bit of fresh cream
Yes.
in the sauce. Yeah.
Oh, I see. So that's why the sharp flavor of the sea urchin is
Yes.
somewhat softened a little bit because of that. It is very easy to enjoy.
Thank you.
Combining different seafood, all raw, was an interesting approach.
Oh, thank you.
The creamy texture of the ingredients in the dumpling, and you added potatoes later
Yeah.
as well, right?
Yeah.
Their slight firmness really adds a nice contrast. But still, I think the sea urchin is overpowered by the other ingredients, I have to say.
It's good, but the flavor of the sea urchin roe has disappeared, I see.
I thought about accentuating the flavor of sea urchin, but you have to go through several dishes.
Oh, I see.
So I intended to keep things milder in the first half.
First, you bite into the crispy rice crackers, and then the creamy sea urchin comes out. The sea urchin acts as a sauce for this. It's very nice, but the red snapper loses out to the strong flavor of the sea urchin.
Wrapping the sea urchin in rice wafer for frying is such a brilliant idea. It's a truly beautiful finish.
I think it's very difficult to have sea urchin in the center of the stage.
In this one, the aroma of the sea urchin is accentuated. It's good.
I feel sorry for you having had to use sea urchin in all the formal Japanese courses. But this rice is what it is, thanks to the sea urchin. It is a main player, and I think a great way to wrap up the meal.
And now up the dishes of Iron Chef Chen.
I just love the texture of this dish. The way the tomburi seeds pop and dance around in my mouth, and the texture of the chopped vegetables, and the noodles, of course. It's such a wonderful harmony when put all together. It's light yet tasty and very, very pleasing dish.
I think it was a wise choice to use tomburi as an accent.
Well, it's simple. I didn't do that much.
Cucumber has a refreshing green smell to it. It works effectively in masking the smell of the fish and sea urchin in this dish. It's a success, I believe.
For me, this needs one more element in terms of flavor, I think, myself.
I just try to present the raw flavors of sea urchin as it is. Just the sea urchin. There you go.
But there isn't enough.
Oh, sorry.
We could use more.
I used too much in the sauces. I was out of them.
Well, I
Wanted more, right?
Yeah, a big serving.
How interesting this one is. Watching you cooking, you combined all kinds of ingredients that I never imagined would come together before. This is a real education in terms of the combination of ingredients. Very surprising. Yeah.
Without the sea urchin, it wouldn't taste like this. It's very good. And the flavor is rather mild, but the sea urchin is doing its job in this.
And now the Iron Chef finishing the jelly noodles.
Jelly noodles.
Oh, boy. Okay.
I don't recognize the flavor of sea urchin. It's a bold attempt.
There's a strong smell of the sea, though you try to cover it with vinegar.
We'll add some soy sauce.
The sweetened Sea urchin is a bit different from the other forms of sea urchin, isn't it? It was definitely a playful, final dish, I think.
You chose not to fry the rice in a wok. Good move. If you had, it would have killed the sea urchin. Stir-frying would have destroyed its form. Just mixing left the sea urchin somewhat intact.
Spiny sea urchin, verdict coming. Which one will get stung?
"本来なら主役にはなり得ないウニという素材、それを懸命に料理する挑戦者のひたむきな姿に OL 同様、私も心を打たれました。しかし、たとえ峠があると言われても判定に私情を挟むわけにはいきません。それでは発表します。
Today, a charismatic, media-savvy challenger trying to knock off an Iron Chef and having a theme providing him cover in his guerrilla campaign. Challenger Hirano proving he's more than just a showman, he's worthy of this stage. Iron Chef Chen letting it all hang out. Who takes it? Whose cuisine reigns supreme?
鉄人陳健一
It's the Iron Chef! Chen takes it! Hirano going down with his trailblazing style of Japanese cooking, and the challenger having the edge theme-wise, but Chen just brilliant today executing his sea urchin dishes. Upstairs, disappointment, but downstairs, personal pride. Iron Chef Chinese, Chen Kenichi.